Alright, I was probably a little late, but I did finally dig up the garlic bulbs that were in the back, and some of them grew very well. Don't be fooled, this is an elephant garlic, so it is going to be large. And then, let's see, you know, I don't have a very large hand, so these here, they look about the size of a store-bought clove of garlic. And then this one here is exceedingly small. Alright, so another elephant garlic. I dug them out and I let them rest on this table last night in the air, and they've already started drying, but now I need to go ahead and do the curing process. And so I've been thinking all night about what I can do to cure these out in open air without them burning up or without the dog eating them. So I think I've developed a plan. You're gonna love this. Luna and I still back out at the garden. We just got done hanging a piece of chicken coop wire, and check out how we did it. So we have this umbrella in the backyard that provides us shade sometimes, and from that umbrella I zip stripped a piece of chicken wire. You can't quite see it because the fence behind, and I weighted it down at the end with a little piece of firewood. Let me see if you can see it better from the other side. Alright, cannot really see it any better, but in the foreground those little hexagons are the chicken wire. Now, oh, there's a Luna, and there's the weight at the bottom, stretching it out. Okay, now I'm going to put the garlic in there so that it'll cure. Here it is, zip tied to the underside of the umbrella. I have a little bit of chicken wire, and I've put the bulbs, the garlic bulbs in there, bulb side up, so that the stems can complete drying. Alright, if all these dry well for the next day or so, maybe 2 days, I'll take it down to the basement and let them finish drying by the dehumidifier in the basement. And then I might be able to braid some of these up. There's not very many, so I might also just go ahead and put them in a paper sack with space in between them and use them up. And then as you get down lower, you'll see that I have a little bit of cloth behind them, pinned up so that Luna can't easily get to it. Alright, there's the weight down there, hardware cloth, chicken wire cloth, and then behind it, I think this is that frost cloth, a little piece of that. And that's just to keep the direct sun from getting to the bulbs. The bulbs are up high enough in the umbrella that's probably not going to happen. But tonight I'm going to dig up the onions and hang the onions underneath the garlic. And so a little bit of protection down low will be important. And I can just twist and turn the umbrella to make sure the sun doesn't hit the bulbs directly. So after drying out here a few days, I'll take them inside. I'll do the onions the same way, and that will improve their storage time. Here are a couple of damaged bulbs or bulbs without stems. I'll just take those directly to the kitchen and use them in the next couple of weeks. And then here are some little bitty cloves that were springing off the bottom of developed cloves. And I dug these up, and these, I'm gonna let them dry for a couple of days, not out in the sun. I'm gonna take them in the shade. And I'm gonna replant these at the end of July, after I've prepared the bed a little bit more. you helping, Luna? Are you helping? Are you a helper? You should be in the shade. There you go. Here's the bed where I dug out the garlic last night. Got some pollinators buzzing around. And here are the onions. You'll notice all of them are laying over now. So tonight I'll go ahead and carefully dig these out and let them rest on the table over the night. And then tomorrow morning I'll go ahead and hang them up. And then we'll have onions. It's been several days and the onions and garlic have been outside drying. I had them set up under an umbrella hanging from chicken wire at first, but that quickly became too heavy and I had too many onions. So then I had to use some of these boxes that produce boxes that I've collected and kept, and I've had to go ahead and lay the onions out and finish drying them on there. And they've been drying for about 4 or 5 days now, and I think they're pretty close to finished, or at least close enough, because I'm gonna have to take them at least into the bump out because tomorrow and the day after it's supposed to rain for 2 days and I don't want these onions to get rained on. All right, so let's check it out and see what they look like. All Alright, starting at the top, we have the garlic drying, and all the garlic stems. And all the garlic stems are pretty dry. They look ready to go. The onions down here, most of the stems look pretty dry. There's still a little bit of green on a couple, but not so much that I think we have to worry about molding as long as I keep airflow between them. Alright, now over here, I had to set up some boxes in layers with air in between. Propped them up with airflow in between. And these have been drying. I have 3 on this side, 3 layers. This top layer still has some green. And so does in there. And a little in there. Alright, but these are still pretty good. They're just about dry. Almost ready to be stored away. Alright, now I'm going to back you up and let you see what it's done to the umbrella. Alright, the umbrella started leaning forward. And I put a little counterweight at the base of it because the onions are pulling the umbrella forward. I think it's time to take them down.